turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
What happens when you take a 3D printer and print your liquid cooling? Well, that's what we're going to answer in today's video. And not only are we going to just print liquid cooling, we're going to test this on the computer that I have to edit this video on. So let's see exactly how that works out. So there are a couple of things that I need to address first off. Number one, there are definitely parts that you can 3D print for a custom loop without a problem. That is, the piping, while very unpractical and questionable, you can actually print piping. So for this, I've made a modular system that I can print out in parts. This includes two kind of materials. You've got the standard PLA filament, and then I've included a TPU or a rubber filament in between them to allow for you to connect them together. Now this is rather difficult to get on, and hopefully this will keep or act as like a gasket or an O-ring and keep the water from leaking all over our gaming PC. So there are some things that we can't 3D print. Well, what do I mean by can't? I mean that like a radiator would be very prohibitively expensive to print. That is, it would take up a lot of space, and since plastic is an insulator thermally and conductively or electrically, you're not going to be able to get much use out of a plastic radiator, and quite frankly it wouldn't fit in the PC. So also I've decided to go ahead and print or not print the water block as well. This is just because copper and the water blocks that are out there are very well designed. In order to dissipate the heat properly, it would be very difficult to get proper contact on the CPU while also without risking water leaking directly into the socket. So that's just really the limitations of the 3D printer. I don't have a resin printer, so I can't get that fine. And then also the pump, I've chosen to actually use an electric pump rather than just going and making my own. That'd be very difficult also with a 3D printer. Not saying it would be impossible or anything. It's just in order to get something that would run and be compatible with the computer, it's better just to use another pump. So that's what I've done. Now, for my modular system, I have a couple different kinds of gaskets, or connectors I'll call them. You have two different kinds. You have the one that you saw earlier, and then there's a couple other ones. So you have these rubber ones that basically connect from the standard liquid cooling apparatus or parts to the custom system that I've made out of 3D printed material. So these guys are pretty much stacked together and they're modular, and you've got something that looks pretty nice. Same thing goes with the radiator and stuff. There's custom ones for that. So these guys do a pretty good job of keeping the water out, and we'll see later on when we test them that that's not really the problem.
So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to test each individual part to make sure that it's not going to leak. Now here I filled this little bit of tubing with water. So there is the gasket in between these two PLA printed tubes, which I'm actually getting a little bit of leakage. So this will be interesting to see what happens when we actually test this in the full-blown computer. Here I'm filling up the reservoir. You can see that, like, while wait for the water to drain off the sides, you can see there's really not any water coming off of this, which is also a good sign here. That means that we pretty much should be in a good position to set this up for testing and shouldn't have any leaks. So here I'm testing the pump, and as you can see, I'm kind of holding off one of the sides of the pump, the output. And this is basically just so I can test the seal of the custom gasket between the standard liquid cooling connector to the custom 3D printed one.
Now, since I actually have to edit on this PC, we're going to be doing 3 tests. First one is going to be basically a leak check, in a sense, where we go through and we test to make sure the loop holds the water. And then the next test will be running it with the pump. So basically I'm going to do just make sure that there's no leaks, and then run the whole system closed up together with the pump. And then finally we'll do an overall test with the computer on, plugged up together, and plug it in. And then afterwards we'll go through and we'll check out and see if I can actually edit on this PC. So this first test is called the hose test. And it's basically you just take the garden hose, put it up to the reservoir, and let the water from the pressure from the hose run the entire loop. It's about as much pressure as you'd normally have from a standard pump, and this basically allows just the whole loop to go through without having, and then check for leaks from there. So for our first magic trick, we're just going to test the loop. So assuming everything goes properly, this side should have water that comes out of it.
You see what this looks like? I should get water coming out at some point if it doesn't all leak out. You see how bad this looks? Oh, we have some water. This is so bad. See how many leaks? There's more leaks. I mean,
It's cooling it.
it's cooling it.
The next test I have for you all is something called the pump test. And this is basically just where the pump is closed up and runs the entire loop. Now, the problem with this though is that there's a few leaks and we need to make sure that we constantly keep the reservoir full. So I pretty much just take the hose and make sure it's topped off while the pump pushes the water halfway through the loop.
I'm in danger zone. Death. I inherit the tech vault in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
He's doing so.
Yeah, that's you know some good stuff.
That's when it's rocking.
Yo, that's like Taco Bell right there, guys.
It's gonna get stuck open. Stupid.
Like this is really not
It do be cool though. It do be pretty fresh.
it looks cool, yeah, but like you got enough standing
Yo,
like
is that water damage 3000 PC?
you know, like
Was that in a flood?
I think this was in a flood, guys.
Flood
Linus
damage?
Linus
Clean title but flood damage.
clean title but flood damage, y'all.
Well-
Linus Tech Tips, come give me a new PC.
And for our final test, the one you've all been waiting for, we basically just wire this thing all together, plug it up, and push the power button and see what happens for the short period of time that it's on. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see from the conclusion of our testing, the computer didn't make out as well as I would have liked. So what I'm going to do now is, of course, dry it all off, wait a bit for it to dry off a bit, and basically throw it back on and see if it will turn on and do our editing for this video. Yeah, it's time to give the sucker a test. I've installed the stock cooler on there instead. Let's plug this guy in. I have a power cord down here. The moral of this story is quite simple. Be careful what you promise. I had originally planned to actually edit on this PC, like make, work on the video, but instead, I have a new chair now for the remainder of this video. So let's just go over a couple things to look back on in this video. Number 1, I really missed my seat. Number 2, 3D printed liquid cooling had a couple problems, and to narrow down a few of them, basically it was just really hard. The tubing was rather heavy, and any time that you'd kind of move or twist it, you'd have the risk of water coming through there, and especially with the odd angles and pressure of trying to get all those parts into the computer, it was very difficult. Now, what's wrong with this computer, of course, we can trace it down to a lot of facts. First off, there's mineral content in the water. It's been sitting for all day pretty much. And, of course, taking out the CMOS battery would also be a very good idea, just so that we didn't have any charge running through there. And probably an afterthought would have been a good idea when we were doing the testing. But quite simply, this is what you guys wanted for the 50K. And to say quite thank you very much for everyone that has subscribed. I've done a little bit of thing, and I've made a merch store. I've gone through and done YouTube's merch thing. That kind of stuff helps support these kind of videos because now I have a nice paperweight. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you guys very much for 50K subscribers. And hope to see you guys around for the 100K special, which I promise is already. I have some great ideas that I'm looking forward to see how that one turns out. So just say you want to be subscribed. Let's just say that. Have a good day, y'all.